Hello, today I will be discussing potential legal liability from using material created by the AI chatbot, ChatGPT, or AI generated artwork. The potential liability if it turns out that the AI provided you material that infringed the copyright of some earlier work. Hello, I'm Scott Lesowitz. I'm a professional attorney and very much amateur guitarist and drummer. I want to start with an example of a haiku that I asked ChatGPT to create. I'll put it on the screen now. I asked ChatGPT, and remember here, I'm very polite when always with the AI. It's very important. You have to be very respectful of the AI. I said, please make a haiku about somewhat young lawyers who make videos on YouTube. And ChatGPT responded with the haiku. Young lawyers on screen, sharing legal insights bold. Justice lights the way. Now, come on, that is beautiful. It almost made me cry. Maybe it did make me cry a little bit. With that haiku, I better hope that that haiku, if I put it in this video is for commercial purposes. And even if it weren't for commercial purposes, I am publishing it. I'm putting it on the internet, so there'd be infringement even if I, didn't make any money off the video or had any intention to. And come on, that's what most likely is the case here. But if it turns out that, let's say during the pandemic lockdown, a bored wanderlust attorney wrote this haiku and self-published it in a book of legal-themed haikus, and that book was included in the materials ChatGPT used as part of its learning process, I risk being successfully sued for copyright infringement by that theoretical author. Because copyright infringement is generally a strict liability tort, this means that my lack of knowledge about this author or his self-published book of haikus would not be a complete defense to copyright infringement. Might limit my liability, my damages a little bit, but that's it. As for a real life example of strict liability, a printer can be liable for making books of making copies of an infringing book, even if the printer did not know that the book it was printing contained materials that were impermissibly copied from someone else. I'll display a case citation for that. Now I'm going to display something that is more relevant to the conversation. It's ChatGPT's description of the fantastic book. I highly recommend it. It's called Captain Underpants and the Attack of the Talking Toilets. I promise you I am currently reading it. Now, if ChatGPT merely describes what is in a copyright work, such as the Captain Underpants book, or pulls facts from a copyrighted work, that is unlikely to constitute infringement. Copyright does not protect facts or ideas, but rather only the creative expression of those facts or ideas. So I think I'm okay by displaying this description of Captain Underpants and the Attack of the Talking Toilets. I do not think I'm risking copyright infringement. And please, Dave Pilkey, the author, please, don't sue me in case you think I'm wrong. So it's important to know that the level of creativity and originality required for copyright protection is fairly low, but it doesn't, and it could apply to a unique presentation and ordering of facts and ideas. But I think here, this is fine. And even where there is verbatim copying, there could be a fair use defense, but good luck with Google on that. Okay, so looking at AI generated art, I used a picture from the DALL-E art generator. If it turns out that this picture is nearly identical to a painting that was part of DALL-E's learning set, I would, theoretically risk being sued for copyright infringement. And that is, especially the case because I'm assuming this video gets about 50 million views. So, there'll be a lot of interest and publicity and, people think that there's a lot of money to be had. So, and again, this is because copyright liability, two things. One is strict liability. My knowledge doesn't matter. As long as the AI had access to the picture and copied it, that probably is enough. And then the exact copying isn't usually required for copyright infringement. The requirement is substantial similarity. Sometimes if something has just very little creativity, it would have protection only against verbatim copying, but usually it's something less than that is enough for infringement. So that said, when people are making scripts of YouTube videos or commercializing or even just publishing, doesn't have to be commercial, AI generated art, they're taking a bit of a risk. The hope is, and this is the hope I have, is when using these things, is that the creators of these programs were very paranoid about being sued for infringement. And so presumably they designed these programs very carefully not to take too much from any one material and to follow the rules. That said, you're taking a risk because, I'm assuming you are not one of the programmers on one of these AIs, and so you don't know. And even if, by the way, they're sued also, the user can be sued too. They could be jointly liable, and some of the terms of service for these AI programs actually call for the user to have to indemnify, which means pay the AI company for any judgment or even their attorney's fees. So that's going to be expensive. Say that I don't think that this is just a theoretical risk. Look in the case of music. A lot of you might know, maybe don't know, the music companies will have automated abilities to find and take down or demonetize videos that include the copyrighted songs in their videos. And they'll do this even if, and somehow they're able to do this even if the video just has the music playing somewhat quietly in the background, like a video of a public place that happens to have some background music playing that's captured in the video. It might get taken down or demonetized. And so I imagine that if enough people are making successful videos with, let's say, ChatGPT, that someone will have the technology to search for it and to pull it down or have it demonetized. So if that's scary, I'm sorry. Don't be scared. Let's all move on and live. So with that, please like and subscribe. The machines will appreciate it and support this channel. And thank you very much. And I'll be posting more videos if people watch.